Hi everybody, welcome back to Harry's Music Room. Today's video is I'm going to show you what I bought record digging in Seattle yesterday. I went to three of my favorite stores up there. One is Golden Oldies, and then the other one is Fat Cat Records. And if you're familiar with them, they moved. They're on Stonegate Way now. Not far from where they were, but it is a new location. And then, of course, probably my favorite store in Seattle is Daybreak Records. So, let's get started and I'll show you what I bought. Got some really good buys at good prices. I mean, some stuff it was like, well, it was just stupid not to buy it. We got Here Are the Fireballs, 1961 on Warwick Records. This was $2.99, so there was just no way I could leave it there. Probably the surprise of the whole trip, Root Boy Slim and the Sex Change Band with the Rootettes. This, I mean, I bought it just for the title, obviously. Didn't know anything about them. But this is a band from Washington, D.C., so Rob the Wax might know them. This band features Ron Holloway on saxophone. So yeah, a little background on this band. The guy's name is Foster McKenzie III, and local Washington, D.C. guy. This record is very much, or his vocals are very much in style of Jay Giles' band. Very, very similar. But there's a lot of humor in their lyrics. Foster took a LSD trip and kind of went sideways, and he climbed the fence at the White House and was arrested by Secret Service. He was put into a mental institution because he was having a psychotic breakdown. Pretty much was on medication for the rest of his life. Sort of a similar story to Rocky Erickson. But he died in his sleep in his 40s, I think. But if you see this record, you know, I paid $2.99 for it. So, but it's really good, very good. Check them out. There's one on YouTube specifically called Mood Ring that I like a lot. So check that out. Then next I got a Rhino pressing of The Birds in the Beginning. I already had one of these, but this was in open shrink wrap with a hype sticker. So this was an upgrade for me, definitely. And the nice thing is it still had the original, this one I paid $10 for. This still had the original Penny Lane Records $3.99 price tag from 1975. Penny Lane was a local record store here in Tacoma, Washington. I don't know if they were in the Seattle area or not. And then I got Visions of Buddy. This is basically songs by the Crickets without Buddy Holly, but it does have a short interview with Red Robinson. Red Robinson, famous disc jockey from Vancouver, Canada. It's said that he was the first disc jockey to play rock and roll on the radio in Canada, and he's done a ton of interviews with different bands. Up next, one of my favorite jazz artists, Mose Allison. This is one I had never seen before. It's on Elektra Records. For $2.99, and it's pretty typical Mose Allison, although he's playing a Yamaha electric keyboard on this one. And then I got a double album, Status Quo Live. This was $4.99, and this was a special edition that included a 45, apparently, because the single was inside. And then when I went on Discogs to look it up, it listed it as a limited edition with the 45. Not a big Status Quo fan, so I'm going to give that a listen. I couldn't turn it down for $5, so I'll give it a listen, and if I like it, I'll keep it, and if I don't, it'll go to my next record show. And then I picked up The Wailers. This is a compilation. This was 99 cents. It didn't. The record visually looks like fair, but I ran it through the Humming Guru twice, and this thing plays really nice. I mean, there's an occasional pop or a click, but for 99 cents and from an early album like this, very happy with that one. And then another one, I got a double album for $4.99. This is a German pressing compilation of Mata Hoople, but surprisingly, there's nothing on here from all the young dudes. And this is a gatefold with a little booklet in it. It's in German and in English. I have not played this all the way through. I played one side so far. And then I got in open shrink wrap a near mint copy of East West for $4.99. This thing is just so clean. You know, it's a great album. I highly recommend this. If you don't have, if you only have one Butterfield Blues band, get this one. And then another record that I didn't have, and one that, quite honestly, I haven't been listening. I've had it in the past, never really gave it a listen. I picked them up and I sold them. But this one was so clean. This thing is like near mint, $4.99. So I thought, well, if I don't like it, I can always sell it. But I played this, and I love this album. This is so good. So good. This is definitely a headphone album. I got through about 3 tracks, and I said, wow, I got to put my headphones on. And this is one that you really want to listen to in headphones. Very good. Took me a long time to discover it. My find of the day, absolutely. Original pressing in beautiful condition. $7. Unbelievable. This is a $150 record all day long. There's a million counterfeits out there, but one way to tell your originals, it'll have Introducing the Beatles and The Beatles both above the spindle hole. If the Beatles group name is below the spindle hole, it's absolutely a counterfeit. There's other things to look for, but this is just in beautiful condition. I don't know if they thought it was a bootleg, if it was one of the counterfeit ones or not, but for $7, wow, that's my buy of the year so far. But it's early. But yeah, this was at Daybreak Records. I mean, I just couldn't believe it, how nice it was. Let's see if I can hold that there and get a shot for my thumbnail. And then another, this was at Half Price Books. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't go to Half Price Books. This was at Golden Oldies. And this is a sealed copy of Elvis in Memphis. And this is a great album. I mean, I have a mobile fidelity pressing of this, but I think this is one I might end up having to maybe have to flip this one. I don't know. It's so nice to have a sealed copy, though. We'll see. I do have a pretty nice Elvis collection. I should do a video on just my Elvis stuff. And then another really, really good buy. Wow, this is an incredible sounding record. $5.99 for a direct disc lab pressing half-speed master of Full Sail. And this is a great album, even if it's not a half-speed master. There's a lot of great songs on here. A lot of great songs. I love Watching the River Run, Pathway to Glory, Lahaina. You Need a Man's a great song. But for for a super disc for $5.99. Wow, and it sounds amazing. It really does. And then next up, I got Boz Scaggs Moments in open shrink for $2. K-Tel record of the Allman Brothers for $2. And it's got, there's your songs. I do Melissa at open mic every now and then. This is nice. This one I paid $15 for. It's a Beatles bootleg of the original Glenn Johns version of Let It Be. This is one on Pink label, which I've never seen before. I actually had to list this one on Discogs because no one had it up there. And then another really nice, real nice record. I paid $25 for this one, but it's a near mint mono copy. The record is just beautiful. The cover is probably VG++ to excellent, but the record is in just near mint condition. And this is one where it's the second label pressing of the original pressing, where I Want to Hold Your Hand is credited to BMI, and every other song is ASCAP. That's an early label. And I did not have one with the olive green title on it, so really glad to get a nice copy of mono for $25. This one I paid $2 for. This is a white label promo of JoJo Gunn. If you don't know JoJo Gunn, they came out of Spirit. They've got Mark Andes, Randy California. Mark Andes went on to a bunch of other bands. Firefall, Heart. Geez, I don't too many to mention. This I got for $10. This is a double album bootleg of Bob Dylan. And it says that one album is the Berkeley Community Theater and one is Royal Albert Hall. However, the Berkeley Community Theater is not correct. I believe it's actually a show out of New York. But this is a double album. Beautiful condition. Price was right. And this is actually one that I got off of eBay that came in the mail yesterday. This is a 2-album radio promo special, John Lennon close-up, and it's got the cue sheet and tells you everything that's on it. And then my last purchase in Seattle at Daybreak, I was checking out and I looked up on their wall behind the cash register and I saw this album and I said, what price do you have on that? And they had $100 on it. But I'll probably never see another one this clean. But this is a UK Magical Mystery Tour on yellow vinyl from 1978. Booklet is completely intact. It's just one you just don't see every day. So that's it. That was my record digging in Seattle. Leave some comments if you saw anything you liked or if you didn't like. Thanks for watching. It's much appreciated. And until next time, ciao.